Get your Guinness at the local bars tonight. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Chocolate. Good afternoon, everybody.
How y'all doing out there? Thank you for tuning in again for our 5th episode. It is a special holiday. It is the only holiday where you're allowed to drink this in a bottle at home.
Happy St. McPatrick McDay. And get yourself a McShamrock McShake.
It's also St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I'm not wearing green. I am wearing an Naruto shirt.
Neither am I. I don't celebrate it.
I look Irish, but I'm not Irish. Fight me in the comments below. That's number 1.
He's keeping his own count now. I have retired.
Guinness doesn't sponsor us, by the way.
Nothing we put on the show sponsors us, except for Anchor.
Anchor! Shout out to you.
Even though you won't sponsor us on YouTube. It's fine. It's fine.
Instapot never got back to me either.
Bastards.
Damn, Instapot. You're the best, by the way.
You know who you are.
Oh, you do. So, we're going to jump right into Jabip of the Week. Brendan, you go first.
So I actually have a recurring champion.
Oh.
The very first Jabip of the Week of mine is Jabip of the Week again this week. So, RJ, he comes to the bar. I'm like, hey, man, how are you? He goes, oh, I'm good. I'm a little tired, so I think just one glass of wine will do just fine. Sure, no problem, man. And I'm just like behind the scenes in the kitchen, just like, yes, just one drink and then he's gone.
You know that wasn't happening.
That wasn't the case. He starts to finish off his glass of wine. And so I look over and he makes eye contact with me. And he goes, I'll do another one. You're a filthy fucking liar. That's what you are.
He lied. Oof, I don't like liars.
So one glass of wine turned into 5 glasses of wine. Like, you had a whole bottle.
Didn't he say he was tired? How did he drive home? Beats me. He made it.
Alcoholics are a mystery.
Actually, they're not. But that's a story for another day.
So we've already got a recurring champion.
Whatever his name is, Godspeed to you, brother. So now my Jabip of the Week. So as you all know from last week, everyone got COVID. Everyone's okay. Everyone's recovering. Actually, a few people are coming back to work tomorrow. Thank God they're negative. But we had a guy filling in for someone. And first day, like the guy, he does a lot more than I thought he was going to do. But then as the week started to go on, he became the big boss man. Like, sir, you're a fill-in. You ain't staying here. This is not how we do stuff at the dealership. Get out. So hopefully he's gone by tomorrow. That will make me really happy not to see his little car in front of where I park.
Oh, was he driving like a lunchbox?
He was driving a Nissan Rogue Sport. Which, you work at BMW, bro. Why?
Own a BMW.
Buy the BMW. Sense. Everyone else has a BMW that works there, or at least a nice German car like me. That's breaking. I don't know what's wrong with my car either.
Tune in next episode of Dragon Balls. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, for a second, I don't even know how to do the Naruto one. I have to be honest with you.
You know what's been like stuck in my head for like the longest time? And I mentioned it because you mentioned Naruto, and this is how the guy usually carries his content. He'll do like a Naruto scene, and then he does like the light skin like swag pose where he's just like looking at the camera like I can't get that face out of my head. So sometimes I'll just be driving, and then out of nowhere I'm just like like a fucking idiot.
I do many faces when I drive. It's usually the or stuff like that.
I love it though. I love just relieving stress on other people.
um, so like 2 episodes ago, we said we were going to talk about this topic, and due to unfortunate events, last week we talked about something else. This week we're talking about our or my God complex and Brandon's feeling of superiority. What's the difference, you ask? To be honest, I don't really know the difference. They're pretty much the same to me.
It probably would have been beneficial if we did like our research on this, but here we are.
I have my computer right here, this thing.
Fair
But I'm
enough.
not going to do it because I'm lazy. I have to be honest.
No phones during the podcast.
Well, I was the kid in school that would procrastinate to the night before to do like a 20-page essay. And usually I'd get it done. And I'd still get like 100 or a 90 on it. So, but I'm not doing it now. Oh, see? God complex.
I too do the same thing. I'm just a natural procrastinator. Like I hate school, even though this is my last semester, I'm going to be graduating. But that's such a relief because I never have to be in a school again if I don't want to. If my kid's like, oh, hey, dad, can you see me for graduate? No,
I'm not going back.
I'm leaving.
I'm not going
You will
back.
never see me again.
I don't know if that's a feeling of superiority though.
My superiority is more so, I want to say it's just like when it comes to common sense. You can be a fucking bookworm, but if you don't know what's left and what's right, you are fueling my feeling of already being better off than you.
Well, there is clearly a distinction between book smart and street smart. If you're that person that's in the middle, like I believe I am, I think life is gonna be easy flowing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking with my hands.
As long as you're not like Bernie Sanders, everything's gotta be free. I mean, here's my sort of saying in terms of book smart and street smart. When you're more so street smart, you have that built-in knowledge of just common sense. Whereas when you're book smart, you have that natural part of your body that's like good at studying, good at doing your homework, good at most things in life. But if you don't know how to write, or if you don't know how to drive,
Ooh, drive.
I'm going to get very pissed. I don't like that.
Well, like getting to your point, again, to those of you who don't know, I work at BMW. Now, at first, inside the car, the screen and your buttons, they are a little bit confusing, but once you know the basics, it's very easy. You get people that come in that had these cars for years and they'd be like, I don't know how to do that. Like, how come you never came across it ever? Do
Oh, it
not.
has that feature?
Yeah, I get a lot of that bullshit. And I'm like, how did you not know? That's like a staple feature that
It's
is
like
now
you
all.
bought it.
That's the thing. Or they think they have a feature, then you have to tell them you don't. You've never had this. It never stopped working. You just never had it.
And then they dare to ask the question, like, oh, well, how much is it to like put it in? And it's
Yeah,
like
that's
way out
usually.
of their pay range. So they're like, oh no.
Or they can't. Sometimes you can't even do it because it comes from the factory. That's anything. Like, for example, if you buy an iPhone with the 2 plebeian cameras, but I have the 3 lenses,
Fuck
I'm better.
off.
I'm better than you. I'm better than
See
you.
about that, fucker. See you in hell.
But it's like, okay, you go to Apple and be like, I want to have the 3 lenses put in, and they're gonna look at you with like you have 3 heads. They're gonna be like, no, you should have bought it like that. Doesn't work that way.
Can't just install a camera.
You can't. I mean, you can buy lenses and attachments for the iPhone, I believe, but you know, I haven't seen much people doing shit like that with the lens on.
Yeah, most of the time when I see that, I see like like I call it the rusty finger, where they're like,
Yeah.
oh, it came out blurry. Let me try again.
Or when they're doing the snap, it's like what are you doing?
Supreme Duck. But
Supreme duck.
this is what I mean. Like, I don't know if it's just like a misunderstanding of that part of society where it's like where you have to pose like an idiot. But to me, in terms of superiority, you look like an idiot.
Look, I'm not giving anyone a free pass on that shit.
No.
Nope. Nope. But Baron, I do believe I'm better than everyone.
Wrong.
Like, I would probably be 10 times worse than Trump on the idea of ego. I'd be like, you're incorrect.
Wrong.
Exactly.
Like they don't even finish their sentence. They're like, what did you wrong? I said no such thing.
I'd be great at interrogations. I'd be like, no. No. Sir, did you kill them?
Where were you? No.
No.
Home.
In bed. Going
At
to work
BMW.
tomorrow. Trying to buy my new M3 competition.
Well, sir, that seems to be it. No, it's not.
No. Sir, your credit's not. Yeah, sir, it's fine.
Put it on my tab.
Actually, though, I can't do that shit. Put it on the tab. Like, I want to pay for it now. There is no tab. Pay for it. When I go to a bar, I'm like, here, take my card, pay for the drink.
Well, I mean, like, the bartender runs the card and then they usually keep it open and you can pay whatever. As long as the card is there, that's all you need. It's being already paid for.
Or with cash. I should say with cash. If I have my card, which I usually don't use at a bar, I usually carry cash that evening, I will pay each drink. Because I don't do that. Oh, you owe $100 at the end of the night, because that would freak me out. I know it's the same. You're paying the same, but I rather just pay for one at a time. Makes me feel better about myself and know that I'm better than the bartender. Then you're a bartender.
You watch your tone. No, honestly, like the nightclub that I used to work, there would be sometimes like liquor companies that would come in and have people like buy rounds of shots or different drinks. And we'd have to put it on like a company tab. And sometimes they added up to like over $1,000, $2,000. And we're just there like, this is going to be a good night for tips.
They better tip you.
They have to.
Listen, some people don't, as I've experienced today.
Oh, yeah.
But what else? But getting back to the God complex, there are times where like it's hard to admit.
Oh, so we have to talk about you? I'm just kidding.
That's right.
Superiority.
That's it. It's only about me, bro. You're nothing
like
but an orange.
Has like made us so much self-aware.
You're nothing but an orange shirt on the left side of my screen.
This shirt is red.
Sir, it looks orange to me.
A God complex and now you're colorblind?
I'm also dyslexic, I'm pretty sure.
What makes you say that?
I write shit backwards. Like if there's a number that says 2151, I will write
1512.
Yeah, exactly. But I just know that I'm better than the sign. Like I'm right, not the sign. But you know what? I like being right, but I hate being wrong. That kills me.
I mean, I used to really hate being wrong. But now if I'm wrong about something, because I'm an overthinker, I'm impressed. I'm like, huh. Didn't go how I planned.
No,
Cool.
no. Say for me, if what I don't have planned doesn't work out, I mean, it's one thing if like I change it, it's okay. But when I have something planned, for example, we were doing that movie, or I should say, short film called 5 Stars, and an incident occurred where we couldn't shoot anymore. And I had, we had, as a shooting script, everything I had was planned out. Brandon was ready to go and act and direct. I was ready to shoot the damn thing, get the audio, and then turns out something happened and we couldn't continue to film. That made me so mad and angry. I needed to disappear for a day. Literally not talk to anybody.
I remember that because I was like, why the fuck isn't he answering his phone?
Literally was on silent. Everyone was not allowed to talk to me.
I still
Like,
think about that, and that was just so stupid.
well, motherfuckers are dumb. That's all I gotta say. But what was I saying? Now I forgot. But it's okay if I forgot because it's perfect what I forgot.
If you say so.
But wait, hang on. Now I never remember what I was gonna say. It came to me.
God is
So
budging in.
if if I'm genuinely wrong about something that's proven and I see it with my own eyes or I hear it, then I'm like, okay, I made a mistake, which is hard for me to own up to. However, if it's disputable, it's on. It is on.
That's true.
And like everyone tells a white lie once in a while. I'm guilty of it. But if I'm lied to about something that I know was the truth and then they try to twist it like it's their truth, that gets me. That gets me.
Okay.
That
I feel
gets
like
me.
the same way sometimes, though I have learned in the past year, just pick and choose your battles. Like if you know you're right, but they kind of want to like argue about it, it's like, not worth
Brendan,
it.
you must be a saint because I want the last word in everything. Even if I'm wrong, I want to say I'm wrong.
Should I
It's just
talk or should
me.
I give him the last word?
I try to get everything out, and that's it.
Is it? Sorry,
And
had to get the
I
last
will
word.
continue to talk about something till it's blue in the face.
What about yellow? Last word. Come on.
Oh, fuck. Shut up, orange.
Red. Damn it.
It's orange. This is red.
I'm going to go into editing this and I'm going to be like, it did look orange. Huh.
I think it's just a light, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably. Who cares?
But this is orange, but also at the same time. What was I? Oh, I was going to say something else and I forgot.
Wow. God doesn't forget.
It doesn't matter if I forget.
It's already perfect.
Matter. It's perfect. If I forget something, then it was destiny who let it happen.
Destiny's Child?
No, just destiny. Anyway, but I mean, for people who don't know me, I'm not like that. Like if I first meet you, if you get to know me and we have squabbles, as the British say, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I don't like confrontation. I don't like fighting with people. It's just, it's not right. As the God says, it's not right.
Unless it's in a kitchen. Then he will throw down.
Well, this is the thing. There's a difference between professional fighting and personal fighting, I think. I believe when you're in a workplace and there's a confrontation about the job, I think it's excusable. I mean, it's not right, but it's excusable to argue about and try to fix the problem. Now, personal, and you bring it into a professional setting, You know who you are. That's when it gets tough. I think you were at the Crispy Apple not too long ago. You know who I'm talking about.
I was, and I went undercover, and I think only 2 people saw me. And the boss of this place, I acted like she didn't exist. Just another person, because I've grown not
Yep.
to give a shit.
I was tortured. I'm not gonna lie.
We both were.
I'm writing a book, so when it comes out, you'll hear who these people actually are.
Chapter 2, The Crispy Apple.
Oh no, my friend, it's gonna be chapter like 46. There's more to cover before the Crispy Apple.
Chapter 4. Just a slight pushback.
Listen, nobody's dating Luigi. Or are they?
Who knows?
All right. Before we continue to ramble on only about me and not you, because I'm better.
Wrong.
So the movies opened up,
Yeah.
which was so exciting.
What
I
movie
was
did we see?
so happy to go to the AMC. Apparently, that's a communist ran organization, but I have to pay $16 to get through the door, so I don't know how it's communist.
Well, I feel like, okay, I'm going to talk about this. So I was at the gym one time, and one of the older guys was there. He's like just touching 60. My buddy and I are working out, and out of nowhere, he goes, "You want to be an actor, right?" I said,
That's an odd thing to say to a stranger, but okay.
"Mike, not sure how you knew that, but I'll play into it."
He definitely
Yeah.
eavesdrops.
So he's like, "Well, don't have your movies at AMC. They're communist owned." I'm like, "Fuck are you talking about?" And he's like,
What?
"You know Green Giant, like the vegetables?" I'm like,
The Jolly
"Yeah."
Green Giant?
And then communist owned. Then I'm like, "Well, sorry, looks like I don't have any vegetables in my freezer. They're communist owned." Oops.
But technically, communism doesn't exist anymore in the Russian sense.
Dude, you know people. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not though. But if Spider-Man 3 is going to be only in AMC theaters, I'm going to see Spider-Man 3.
That goes for any movie. I only go to the AMC. I don't really like the Regal. I feel like they're like second class to AMC.
Yeah.
I
talk
will
about
go.
communism as I'm wearing a red shirt. Just notice that.
Communist scum. But like, I'll go to mom and pop owned theaters because it's good to support, and it also helps out with the movie because now other people are seeing it at different places. It's not just one communist ran organization. But the movie we saw, I have to be honest with you, it might sound dumb as fuck, but we saw Raya the Last Dragon. Disney.
It was a solid movie.
Disney, you outdid yourself with the action and the plot.
Yeah.
So much better than Frozen and Frozen 2.
Even the short film in the beginning was amazing.
It was amazing. Like, COVID-19 is the most horrible thing to happen in our time, period. But in the case of people being home and able to plot out it's a kid's movie, but of course there's adult themes. But to plot this out and write it, the dialogue, the locations, the side characters, it's amazing. It was amazing. They had plenty of time, no restraints to write this and make it. And it was awesome. I have to say, it was good. Probably one of the best Disney movies in the last 5 years.
I remember going into it, and I remember you and I touched on this point, how I thought it was going to be another Moana in terms of just like, we need more representation of like diversity and this and that. I thought they were going to play the same formula, but they didn't. So I was taken off guard and impressed simultaneously.
Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that Moana, but this movie had elements of all different cultures because I read up on that, like we were talking about. It was all different kinds of cultures. It was mainly uh Middle Eastern Indian style of culture. I mean, the architecture, the clothing, the weapons. But there was some South American styles, I guess. Yeah, if you're a creator on this, please comment down below. It would be great to actually hear from you guys about it. But I mean, I really liked it. I liked the action. I liked the characters. The dialogue was good. The locations were beautiful.
Yeah.
How would it be?
Like for a Disney movie, I feel like it was a nice distraction away from reality, but also even from Disney movies
Yes.
itself.
They're too formulated sometimes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's definitely a few movies that kind of they seem the same.
They give off like the same energy.
Yeah. And this one didn't have any singing, which was perfect.
No, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, like, but for example, like in an action movie or an adventure movie, I don't want singing. Same thing goes in the Hobbit movie. They were singing. I don't need that. Don't need that. I want the story, the characters, the action, and the adventure part. Nothing that stops that.
Yeah.
Please and thank you, future movie studios.
Drinks beer.
AKA me.
That's right. But we got some other movies lined up.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Up next, we have Godzilla versus Kong.
Woo! Listen, Godzilla is my man. My main man. He's one of my favorite kaiju of all time. Literally, I have a statue of him up there on my shelf.
It seriously looked like you were gonna take the camera and just like, all right,
Well,
podcast vlog now.
I can't. He's right there.
To the people that are watching on YouTube.
Yes, to the people that are listening, you're hearing me move around my Mac by the microphone, and now my camera's fucked up. Great. Whatever. Live and learn, I suppose.
Sure.
Like, I hope Godzilla wins. That's who I have on my money. Find me in the comments below if you believe that Kong will win. That's number 2.
After that, we have Mortal Kombat.
Whoop, whoop. All video game movies. Love them. Don't care what anybody says. Mortal Kombat is probably one of the best fighting games out there.
Even just like from the trailer, looking at some of the CGI, it's really, really good. And I think it's like the perfect time now versus when they tried it in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, no. But that's when Mortal Kombat like was born. It's in the 90s. Like, obviously, I think the first game came out maybe in late 80s, early 90s. I'm not sure.
Something along those lines.
I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't like the older games because for me, I'm an idiot and I can't play older games, especially side scroll. I'm only used to PlayStation controllers and Nintendo Switch controllers.
Uncultured swine.
Well, I do have a GameCube here, a Wii. I have a Nintendo 64 underneath my bed and a Super Nintendo as well. And I have a PlayStation 1 downstairs in my basement that I don't even know if it works.
Better.
Probably doesn't.
Oh.
It's been in my basement. Actually, I didn't see it the other day, so I assume my father threw it in the trash without realizing what it was.
The fuck is this doohickey?
Probably.
It looks like a portable radiator.
I'm crying. But I don't give a shit. Mortal Kombat is awesome.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
That is April 16th.
What's next?
Well, for us lovers of anime.
Correct. I'm not a weeb though. Just pointing that out.
No, we don't Naruto run in the middle of the hallway.
No, listen to the kids that did that in high school. Why did you do that? Why? Those are one of the reasons why I never wanted to tell people I liked anime, and I stopped liking anime because people would do weird things about it.
I'm still hesitant to say it to this day. Like someone just asked me about before the podcast started, do you do you like anime or something? And I'm already like I'm like
You're
handkerchief
sweating.
just there, like sweating, like, do I tell them? What do
Wait,
I do?
I think I still have the shirt here. Here it is.
But it's the people that did that in high school where we were all just like, bro, you're just weird. Like
Yeah.
I
Where they
like
would
that
hiss and
same stuff, but you're just bringing it to another T of weird.
yeah. I mean, I'll go like in Halloween, for example. I'll dress up in a character. I mean, this year I went as Dr. Grant. You know, whatever. Call me a dinosaur nerd. I like dinosaurs. I have a velociraptor over there on my snake tank. I had to point everything out in my room.
Someone's just gonna be like zoomed in on their screen, just like, oh yeah, it is a velociraptor.
I got it at Walmart for $5.
Hooray!
Well, that was my Halloween costume, but I would go as somebody from anime. I mean, I'm not ashamed that I like it. I love it. I think it's awesome. But you know, there is a extreme. I'm just gonna say that it goes to an extreme.
But the movie that we're talking about is the Demon Slayer Mugen Train movie.
Whoop, whoop.
RJ, you have just started Demon Slayer a couple days ago.
I did. I'm still on episode 3 because I started watching Shippuden again. So I'm kind
You're
of
dead to me. Do not talk to me.
I'm back and forth. I'm watching like 4 animes now at a time, and I'm not going to name all of them because I don't really know how to say the one in Japanese.
What is it?
Bro, I'm going to just send you the screenshot later.
Coward.
Have to be honest with you. But
I mean, I'm on season 3 of Attack on Titan because it's on my list.
Oh, I have a list. Mine's too long though. But when I mean a list, I mean I have a list of stuff I have to watch, not just in anime.
Yeah, for sure.
What else was I gonna say? There's something else, but the Demon Slayer movie, I'm excited.
Absolutely, it looks really good.
See, like, I need something to watch on a weekly basis. The one show that I would watch on a weekly basis around spring was Game of Thrones. There is no more Game of Thrones. It ended. So now I need to find stuff to fill the void.
Fill the void.
I need something there. I need epic fantasy battles and dialogue. I need that. I crave it.
And that's where anime comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you. Continue, sir.
Please, sir.
Oh, that's right. I'm better than
Almighty Messiah.
Now I forgot. Fuck. But so I'm getting back into Zelda, Legend of Zelda. I think I'm gonna play all the games that I have, replay them.
Oh, good.
Don't know when that will happen, but I definitely want to do it.
Whatever boops your snoot.
I guess. Also, I should be out partying tonight, but I'm not. I'm probably Zelda.
St. Patty's Day and Zelda needs help.
What? I'm old enough now to drink a beer.
You make that sound like you just turned 21, guy.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
No, he did.
Actually, my birthday is February 2nd. I'm 21 and a half moon years. I'm an Aquarius, so that's why I am the kicking bucket.
Be right back. I'm going to throw up.
To be honest with you, I have no idea what the fucking signs even mean. Like, I don't know what my sign means. I looked it up once. I don't remember. In the comments below, tell me what it is. Too lazy.
You literally just Google Aquarius.
I'm gonna fight with somebody in the comments. Don't you get it?
Go to like a Tumblr thread. You'll find it.
No, we don't go on Tumblr.
No one
That's a
else does.
that's a dark and scary place.
Well,
People
you
have
want to
such
get into fights? You'll get into fights on Tumblr.
there's people that literally will talk about everything, and when
Or
I
Reddit.
mean everything, everything is not taboo, and some stuff really should be.
Reddit.
Also Reddit and Yelp.
Really? They get into fights on Yelp?
Yeah, because you'll have owners argue with them on Yelp.
Ah.
Where's
Didn't that happen at the Crispy Apple?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's not relevant, to be honest with you.
You know who you are.
Oh, but speaking of the movies, going there was an experiment for the first time in a year.
Yeah. My last time was Valentine's Day of 2020. And I saw Sonic the fucking Hedgehog on Valentine's Day.
That's horrible. I have yet to see that movie.
It wasn't bad. I'll give them that. But I
Video
only
game
went for Jim
movie.
Carrey.
Well, that was the only reason why people went to go see it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's it. But the last movie I went to, I don't know. I think it was during COVID. It was like one of those weird things where they were open very briefly. To be honest with you, I'm not going to embarrass myself with the name of the movie because it was a Chinese foreign film. But I saw that. But there was nobody in the theater but me. And I drove an hour and a half to go to said movie theater that was open to see said movie. But now most of the AMCs, I don't know about New York City, but I know around here they're all open.
Mm-hmm.
Or 25% capacity or 35. It's some bullshit like that.
Yeah. I mean, we were the first ones in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I were already off the bat, since it was going to start soon, I was like, oh, sweet. Like maybe we'll be the only ones in here. And then only like, what, 3 or 4 more people came in. And then at the end of the previews, like whole platoon just came in. And I'm like,
literally a battalion walked through the door.
Huh?
But going back to the AMC, I usually buy the tickets online. Like I reserve my seat. So, it tells you in the terms and conditions, like if you buy 2 tickets, they space them out away from everyone. So buy them in advance. That's what they want you to do. They want you to buy in advance so they have room. Like they have enough space. There's enough social distancing in the movie theater for you to watch the movie. So when I ordered the tickets, me and Brandon went. I ordered them literally dead center of the movie theater. Perfect position, perfect screen. God complex. Here it is.
Bellissimo.
But it would say, like, now that I bought them and I went to go back and look at this buying screen and I saw where we were sitting, and then the 2 seat, like the 1 seat next to him and the 1 seat next to me, they were X'd out. They were unoccupied. And originally that was not the case. And, when we went into the movie theater, you had to wear your mask the entire time unless you were eating or drinking, which, to be honest with you, when I'm watching a movie and I'm into it, I'm not eating. I'm sitting there with my mask on. I mean, did it bother you? It didn't really bother me.
I mean, in terms of the mask, like I was more so focused on the movie that at a point I just didn't even notice. I just was watching the movie.
Well, that's the thing I don't understand about people in this world. Why people argue about the mask? Like, I have to wear one every day, all day at work. It don't bother me anymore. I can breathe fine. I never had a problem. So you can definitely sit through an hour and a half movie or 2 hours with your mask on.
I mean, my point, I would say, is that a lot of people, it's more so like in their head, as in like, oh, I have this around my face. What if I can't breathe? And then they start to breathe heavier, and then they take, I can't fucking breathe. And it's like, yeah, because you're making yourself panic, dumbass. Ridiculous. But in terms of a movie experience, it was also kind of heartbreaking to me because before Sonic the Hedgehog, I think the last movie in theaters I may have seen was Endgame, or no, Far From Home. But
Oh,
anywho,
Spider-Man.
a Marvel movie, you have such a huge audience. You know, the theater itself is like packed,
Yep.
and not to have that anymore, like it's so sad because you have all those fans that are like really getting into the film, and so are you. So you feel so comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I think the last major movie I saw in theaters was probably Star Wars. I have to be honest with you. That was the last. I mean, I saw other movies in the movie theaters. I'm not saying that, but major. When I mean like Full House, it was Star Wars.
Yeah.
I went on a date. And then she didn't want to go out with me. That hurt. That hurt.
It was like you were logging into a journal. Day 3, I went on a date. She didn't like me. She didn't want to go out again. That hurt.
Then she asked me to go out on the boat in the summer this year. I'm like, miss, make up your mind.
She won't be on the boat list next summer.
I do have a boat list. There are some people that are banned that I'm friends with, and then there's people that, well, that I'm friends with that are allowed on the boat.
To this day, I don't know if I'm allowed or not. I just wing it.
He just shows up, says we're going out on the boat, right? I'm like, I guess so. But
no.
But honestly, like the movie theater experience, it was fine. No problems. It was just
Could be
different.
worse.
It's just different. I don't mind having a big heifer next to me. I don't want anyone next to me.
Just
unless it's my friend or a date. But you know, like a stranger, no. No.
Gotta go, boss.
Like you smell. Somehow you stink.
I don't care how much deodorant you said you put on. You didn't put on any? Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Get out.
Well, that goes for public transportation, especially airplanes, because I can't get up and move. If you smell, there's a problem. But we're talking about movie theaters, so I don't really know why I talked about airplanes.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. You know how my mind works, how it's superior and godly it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to go back to the movie theaters again. Like that literally is now my new favorite thing, is going to the movie theaters.
It used to be like a staple thing to do.
Oh, I had a ritual to go to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
If I was going out, let's say on a date, we would go see the movie, or rather, I'd go out to dinner with this girl. We would go then to the movies. Then after the movies, we would drive around, maybe get a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or something, and then we'd go on our merry way. I mean, there's other things that happen. We ain't talking about that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a ritual. If I go out with my friends, like we'll go see the movie, then we go out to the bar afterwards and talk about it, or we'd go our separate ways because some of my friends aren't movie buffs and they'll just go to the movies to go. So they don't really want to talk about it, or they don't really care. They'll say, oh, I liked it, or no, I didn't like it. I didn't get it. Breaks my heart. But
I fell asleep after the previews.
yes, I fell asleep in Transformers.
Ugh.
I don't even know how that's possible. That movie theater was loud as fuck.
The only thing you're missing is Marky Mark. Everything else isn't there.
No comment.
It's just Michael Bay.
Explosions, American rock music, somehow a chick's butt. That's you, Megan Fox. That's you.
Formula to a Michael Bay film in 3 easy steps.
Explosions, weirdo rock music, chick butt.
Mushroom Cloud. So good.
Produced by Michael Bay. Family Guy made fun of that.
Family Guy makes fun of everything.
That's what I love about Family Guy and American Dad. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is going to be canceled because they'll make it into a joke.
Same thing with South Park, too.
See, but I'm not a fan of South Park.
Oh, well, fuck you, cat.
Well, there's times where it's like the jokes are just not funny.
I could see that.
Like there's moments where it's like, "Ooh, that's not funny. That's a borderline like oof, bad.
Yeah, borderline like just wrong and inappropriate.
Not that, because I'm all good for a good joke. It just comes out wrong and it's not played off right.
Hmm.
But then there's other things where it's like, ha, that's funny.
Yeah, I feel like South Park, to me, honestly, is like that middle schooler, just like
Yeah.
about to start high school,
Yep.
where it's like
They're in
that
eighth
level of
grade. They think
attention.
they're hot shit.
You're like,
Yeah, exactly. But then there's like Rick and Morty, which defies
oh, jeez,
everything.
Rick. Shut
that
up,
show,
Morty.
that show literally throws me through for a loop. Every episode, you never know
So
what
good.
is expected. Ever. Not one episode where it's like predictable. I know what's going to happen. It's always completely random.
Yeah, I mean, if I feel like a show has that sort of variety and you don't really predict what's going to happen, that makes it, to me, 10 times better.
Yep. Well, that's why I like Quentin Tarantino's work. Because, well, I like his work because of the dialogue and the character development and the setup for each of the situations in his movies. But what was I saying? I'm losing my shit today.
Tarantino movies.
Well, yeah, that's why, because you never know what's going to happen. Like, there's always, like, for example, in if anyone saw The Hateful Eight, where they shoot Samuel L. Jackson through the floor, like, I did not expect that to happen. Like, I knew something was going to happen, but the way it happened, I like unexpected things,
True.
surprisingly. But I like talking and conversation. That's more interesting than blood and fighting and killing and explosions. It's more interesting in the human contact.
Well, yeah, because I feel like if you're a writer or if you're a director, an actor, whatever, if you don't know how to carry good dialogue, unfortunately, your project in its entirety is going to fail because they'll be like, yeah, the action was good. This was good. You know, the lighting, the color, blah, 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 but the dialogue was shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like the Electoral College. Like, you can have, I'm not going to go into politics. I'm just making an analogy. You have, let's say one candidate has more states, but the other candidate has the bigger properties
Mm.
that have more leverage with fewer states.
Yep. Yep.
Same purpose. Segue.
Same purpose. I mean, I guess so. I mean, I'm not going to make that argument because there's other things that go into a movie. Like, for example, like you can tell when a director gets fired because then all of a sudden the style will change, or if the production team is shifted in a way. Everything needs to start from finish, proper. But I know in life that's not right. It never happens. But for the most part, that's what makes a successful movie. I mean, look at Fury Road, Mad Max. The director, what's his name? George Miller, I want to say.
His name is escaping me at the moment, but
Hang
I
on, I
do
gotta look it
understand
up
what
to
you're
make
saying.
sure I'm talking about the same person.
But you know, since you mentioned change of style and directors being either fired or replaced, what have you?
George Miller. It was George Miller.
It was
Yep.
okay.
I had to make a fool of myself.
But you know, we have the Snyder cut of Justice League this week. So
the hype.
I just feel like it's gonna be very overrated. Granted, it'll be like I guess like a satisfying thing to like know the original vision, but it's just gonna be like, no, all right, cool.
I have a confession. I'm a DC guy. I'm not a Marvel guy.
I like both. I grew up liking both as a kid. Obviously, I'm a little more biased to Marvel, but
I personally like DC characters better. What I say goes.
wrong.
Just kidding. To be honest with you, I'm not a real big superhero science fiction type of a person. Again, like I said, I like realism and then I like fantasy. You put those two together, for example, again, like in Game of Thrones, it reads more of a history than it does a fantasy. Whereas you have Lord of the Rings, it's more fantasy than ever would be historical or real.
Okay. Makes sense.
Again, that's why I like Quentin Tarantino's work, because he blends that fantasy with realism. Like in Glorious Bastards, for example, like obviously that did not happen, but you know, it's in the time period, the pieces are correct, the characters are correct. It's perfect. Christoph Waltz, you are the man.
This is true.
Hans Lada.
But I think that was everything we had for today.
Yes, sir. I agree with you 100%.
All right. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to episode 5 of 2 Jabibs 1 Podcast, God Complex versus Superiority Complex. I'm saying this outro because I am better, because I am superior.
I'm not even arguing it because I'd probably fuck it up.
Wrong. But be sure to check out the podcast on YouTube, as well as our other platforms if you're looking for a new site to watch and listen to your podcasts on, as well as our socials will be down in the description below, and our individual YouTube channels. So Stay tuned for all those.
Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.